Alrighty, hello, I am Briggan.
I'm Aaron Duckworth.
I'm Cassie Peasley.
And we are ABC Parking. Picture this, approximately 86% of college students are defined as commuter students who experience a similar problem such as this on a daily basis. They enter a busy campus, begin their search for a parking spot, which can be tedious and time consuming, spend some time searching for said parking, ultimately contributing to 50% of the university's carbon footprint, and feeling rushed to get to where they need to be on campus. Recently we met with Steve Baguette. He's the Associate Director of Public Safety here at USI, and also Brian McWilliams, the Sergeant of Public Safety, again here at USI. And they explained to us how their main focus is expediting the efficient flow of traffic, as well as promoting parking lot safety for pedestrians. I know there's been a lot of instances where people have been in certain wrecks and whatnot, just being rushed around campus. They really reinforced our problem pain, which is we found that there's a need to create a more efficient and organized parking system to help drivers detect open parking spots more quickly in order to decrease time spent searching for parking.
So how does this work? We have strategically placed cameras on light poles, and then the software would be able to detect cars moving in and out, and then you would set a location where the parking slots are, and then it would detect, see there's an empty parking spot right there, it detects that that's empty, so then it tells the software and later our app that there's an open parking spot, so then it could direct you to that parking spot. So it tracks and it relies data to our mobile app enabling real-time parking availability. And then our user interface, so basically this is what our app's going to look like. This is our home page. We have Auto Park, which is our automatically assigned parking. Then you can do open parking lots, which is here, which is the green means parking lots are empty, yellow means, well, they're starting to get full, red means you don't waste your time, they're full. And then we have some reward programs, so the more you use our app, the more rewards you can do with the university, and that's determined what the university wants to reward incentive. Then we have campus maps for visitors. They get lost, and so this will help them correct events and activities, what's going on campus. And then restaurants on campus and away campus that we recommend. And other campuses have some resources like ZimRide, that university, the bus ride system that tracks USI buses routes, so you can see that, and it's all integrated in one app. And then our most favorite feature is public safety. With your location turned on, public safety, if you have an emergency, it sends your location to them and they can respond immediately, and then that saves time. And then you can click on the apps or on the map, and then so the green, and it shows real-time image of the map, so there's no parking, so you're good to go. And then so there is some competition with this app, but we compared this to Ohio State parking. It was more about parking garages that had counters on it. It didn't really have flat parking lots like what we have at USI. And so that's the only real difference is that Ohio had. They had a website that was kind of user-friendly, but not, and they didn't have an app, so you couldn't on the go look it up. So we integrate university apps into our parking app. Ohio State didn't have that. Our parking management app, you can't have automatic parking at Ohio State like our app does. Shows all campus events. Ohio State had some, but it was mostly for men's basketball, girls basketball, and football. And then ability to see real-time video image, it just showed a counter on when the parking lot was full, or green, yellow, red. And then contact with public safety, it had contacts, but it didn't send the location to them. It just kind of said, here's our link to the public safety, you can find out more. And then they didn't have a reward system, and then they don't have a customized app like we do.
So this is our business model canvas. We're just going to go kind of over some of the technicalities of the app. So we're going to partner with software engineers and data analysts, as well as the universities, of course, just so that we can meet the demands of individual university needs. Our key activities, we definitely need to focus on beta testing, just because we haven't obviously gotten that far yet. And also we need to make sure that we update and maintain the software properly so that we can maintain a flawless experience for students and for the universities. The resources that we'll be taking advantage of would be a software patent for the app itself. the parking app. Also the system software that kind of helps to relay between the cameras and the app, and also the website. Legal team, just to be sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row when it comes to patents and things like that. And then human resources, as well as the parking management algorithm, which is what actually will find an open parking spot and relay that to the student or staff or guest that's using the app. So for our value, we are trying to increase the efficient use of time for everybody that parks on campus as long as they're using the app. It would be a really good marketing tool for incoming freshmen or transfer students. I know I transferred from a university that parking is even more of a nightmare than it is here. And I think as an incoming student, that would be really valuable. It's also an outlet for universities to distribute information on events and such. Also, 50% of a university's carbon footprint is made up from trying to find parking, stop and go traffic, just congestion in general, so this would alleviate that as well. We're going to develop relationships with app stores as well as the colleges and their students, and we're going to use our 24-hour tech support to reinforce those relationships. And then the segments we're going after will be the students and the campuses, the universities, faculties. Our costs we're going to actually go over a little bit more in just a second, but the main things we want to focus on are the licensing for the software, the hardware, maintenance, and startup costs. And then our revenues, which we'll also talk about more in a second. For the most part, it'll come from selling or leasing the hardware to colleges, a yearly fee for service, or semester. We haven't quite worked out the details on that yet. Also, colleges can buy packets of analyzed data regarding like which lots are used more or which roadways are traveled more, things like that. And then also ads will be really helpful, or we can offer a premium version of the app that doesn't have ads. So either way, we'll be making a little extra off of that. Mm-hmm. So these are just estimates of our costs. We're guessing between $1,000 and $10,000 on developing the app itself. We've got to make some contacts with developers for that. Website, $5,000 to $10,000. Software development, $50,000 to $100,000. $15,000 for legal, $40,000 for servers, tech support, $20,000. All in all, between $155,000 to $210,000. But the revenues should take care of most of this, and also these things we can develop more over time. So in the beginning, hopefully it'd be on the lower end, but we can use ads to make a little bit of money to alleviate the startup costs, as well as licensing and the yearly fees for actually using the parking app at universities. The patents, of course, and then maintenance and upgrade packages. So that would be like adding more customizability to the app, or it just kind of depends on what the university wants. And then also we can offer an extended warranty on the product.
And that's ABC Parking with universities. It'll help change parking management, help deliver information, and make universities a lot more safer in roadways. Thank you.